Hello, welcome. We're just arriving, taking a moment to land here on the live. Welcome. We're going to get started in just a minute. Thank you for being here. Hopefully we'll have lots of people joining us. We shall see. Thank you for arriving so on time. It is 4 o'clock and it is live. We're going to get started in a moment. I just want to give everybody a chance to arrive and land. Hey, Danny. Oh my God, I was thinking about you. I hope that you're doing well, that life has transformed itself for you in a beautiful way. Yeah, so got lots to cover today as we reflect on the year of the rabbit and look into the year of the dragon. And I'm going to show you how I do my cleansing of cures. I've got a crazy dining room table set up today. So we're just going to get started in just a minute. Just want to give a few more people a chance to log on. So again, thank you for being here. Yay. So yeah, we are headed into a year that I am envisioning to be rather transformative on a global, national, and personal level. And it's going to be very interesting to see how I'm going to talk to you about how all of these layers have from the both Western and Eastern astrology are lining all of this up. And yeah, stick with the channel because we're going to ride this one together all the way through. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, I love the Chinese dress. It's beautiful and honoring this culture on such a day of celebration. So this full moon ends the year of the rabbit and sets us forward into the year of the dragon. So let's go ahead and get ourselves ready. All right. So I'm going to start by ringing some ancient bells to clear the energy of 2023 leaving the house. I have my house wide open with this crazy 60-some degree day and resetting my house to period 9, which I'm also going to talk about today. So if you want, find yourself seated comfortably and close eyes, placing hand on the belly and hand on the heart. And we'll inhale and exhale for 3 ohms. Om. 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 So I'm offering up incense and the sound of these ancient bells to clear the chi, and I'm sending all of this good vibration your way so that we all may be blessed as we head into this new year. So welcome to this live on the Karma Chameleon Feng Shui and Bazi Astrology channel. If you haven't already subscribed, please subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss a single video. We have lots that I have created for the year 2024 and lots of other fun ones as well, because you know that I love to read the charts of famous people to better understand our own charts and our own lives. Recently, I've been doing a lot of celebrity couples because couple readings are super interesting to understand the mechanics of relationships and what brings us together and what pulls us apart, what makes a relationship work and what makes a relationship not work. So throughout this time, I'm going to pause periodically and check to see if you guys have questions, and I welcome all questions throughout this process. So my name is Lydia Nitya Griffith, and I have been a traditional Feng Shui consultant for 22 years now. And I am trained in traditional Feng Shui using the compass, and I'm a Master Bazi Chinese astrologer, also called Four Pillars. I rely heavily on my intuition and guidance from Source, the universe, angels, and guides. And it's one of the reasons that I love so much doing this work of consultations and readings, because it allows me this opportunity to be a channel and a vessel, bringing in information that is needed. Because being a human on this earth, it's like, wow, don't you sometimes wish it came with the instruction manual? And I also want to say, please be a super subscriber. I've had some of those come through recently, and that's where you're making a donation to my cause, because this is what I do. And just like I would support you in what you do, I so appreciate any and all donations today and going forward as well. So on this channel, I often talk about the monthly flying stars forecasts, flying stars and Feng Shui tips and information. And again, we also talk about Bazi Chinese astrology. So if there are topics that you're interested in, you can always put those in comments and let me know. So thank you again for joining me today. So it's pretty cool. This is the full moon in Leo, and Leo sits opposite to Pluto. That just a few days ago, about a week ago maybe, shifted into Aquarius, where it's going to sit for the next 9 months. And this full moon is shining a light, like a spotlight, into everything that is hidden. And whether that's in your own life, I've had some interesting revelations this week. It can also be that we are seeing corruption and the underpinnings of our world coming to light in a way that we better understand how leaders are leading us and businesses are being operated and all those things. And both Western and Eastern astrology are so in sync, as they often are, and it really is as above, so below. So this full moon ends the year of the rabbit. Oh my gracious, bells for that. Oh my gracious. Are we happy to see 2023 disappear? I say yes. Yes, yes, yes. On one of the recent shorts, I've been doing more shorts lately, and those are super fun because it's like 1 minute, and in that minute I am having to be very animated and a little theatrical, which is fun. But I know that I've got to stop you in your scrolling, catch your attention, and give you a really great tidbit of information. So I'm trying to do more shorts. But I did a short this past week that gives you a journal prompt in supporting how you're processing the year of the rabbit. And it's really important to recognize where we've been before we move forward. And to take those moments of pause and also of gratitude. And it was a really hard year for me. And in that, in all the challenge of it, in which I saw so much of my life radically change in a way that I did not see coming, um, there's a point where you stop and show gratitude. Gratitude. Thank you for teaching me these hard lessons. And I hope that I have burned off enough karma to move into this next year with abundant blessings, right? So it's a great month for processing, for reflection, for going inward and slowing down. It is winter after all. Winter begs us to do those things. And I often say that you are the agent of your own life. Even though there are people around you supposedly dictating your life, you have sovereignty to say that this month I'm slowing down and taking a step back. And even as we're in the 25th day of January, you still can take those moments in your day to slow down, reflect, pause. So as we're composting all of this, I often will do tarot readings. That's something else that I offer. And utilize other oracles, including getting your Bazi Chinese astrology chart read, because this is like one of the best times to get your chart read or to have your home updated, especially given that we're going into a brand new period. This is a massive, massive year. Like, I cannot emphasize this enough. This year is huge. And I'm going to unpack as much of it as I can in this live, but you can go to the Karma Chameleon website. There are blogs there with articles about the videos I've done. And so you can see it in written form and you can watch the videos. But if you get a written chart done now, you will get your new year forecast and a month-by-month prediction, which is so helpful in guiding you through the year of the dragon. And that is only that extra free bit of getting the written astrology chart with that forecast is going to be, that special will be over on the 4th of February. So just to make a note of that. So at the beginning of 2023, let's just take a moment and roll back a year ago. And let's just pause, like feel into yourself. Where were you January 2023? I was the beginning of a hellscape that I could never have imagined it was going to go as bad as it did. And I was saying that the year of the rabbit was a year of preparing and getting your affairs in order, get your train on the track. Because once the year of the dragon in period 9 with Pluto and Aquarius all hits the stage February 4th, boom, off we go. And so we want to really align ourselves at this now time with our calling, with what makes your heart sing. What is your true talent? What is your passion? What is it that you have always dreamed of doing, but fear or the voices of others have gotten in your way? This is a time like no other to say, screw it, I'm going for it. I'm taking the leap of faith. This is that year, like no other. All right, so I'm going to pause. Let me check and see who is saying what here. Yeah, awesome. Thank you. So, all righty. So we're going to continue on. So 2024 begins a whole bunch of powerful, transformative events all happening together, like a huge synchronized dance. So again, welcome and thank you for being here. And I appreciate any and all donations as a super subscriber. Greatly appreciated. So we're now in period 9. And again, you know how I like to do things. I always like to reflect back before going forward. So 2004, if you can rewind all the way back to 2004, and I will say 2004, I was only 2 years into this journey of Feng Shui and Bazi astrology. And that was the year I did my integral yoga teacher training and began my journey as a kids yoga teacher. And I mean, I get chills thinking about this. Last year, 2023, ended period 8, and I retired from my journey of kids yoga. It was like the whole thing came to its own end organically. And sometimes life really does that. So we were in this past 20 years, the Flying Stars period 8, ruled by the element Earth. And the themes were very much about women's rights. Look what happened with Roe v. Wade. Children. Look at what was going on with children's safety in school environments. And patriarchy, top-down authority, tangible goods, Mother Earth for sure. Look at all that's happened in the last 20 years with the environment. So Earth is solid. It's heavy. Its structure and form, and it can also break apart like an earthquake. The Flying Stars period 9 is ruled by the element fire. This is purification. Think of the relationship that fire has with all the other 4 elements, 5 elements total. And unlike Earth, fire has an alchemical relationship with all of the other elements. It requires their presence in order to function. It is therefore interdependent, and that is exactly what we are headed into. We are moving away from the individual and into the collective. If you want to survive on planet Earth the next 20 years, it is a collective. If you want to go off by yourself, I can just say good luck to you. It's away from in-person and into virtual. It's away from humans doing mundane jobs, and we're going to see a whole lot more very rapidly of AI and robotics. Period 9 is the next 20 years, going from 2024 to 2044. I'm going to give you a little insight, an intuitive insight that came to me by way of my daughter. I mentioned this in the period 9 video. This is a piece of information I have held in my heart and in my intuitive third eye self for all these years. When my daughter was about 4 years old, I overheard her in a jewel shop, crystal shop, sharing information with a little boy. They were sitting looking at dinosaur books together. And I heard her say, then there was the human, the modern man human now, and then comes the new human. And so when we got in the car, I asked her, and this was about 20 years ago, I asked her, what did she mean? And clear as a bell, she said, the light people are coming. And the light people are coming. And she said 2044. And I wrote it down on a piece of paper, and I stuck it in my desk. It's still there, this little scrap of paper with this note. And here we are. I did not know then how that prophecy from my very gifted daughter, who has the gift of seeing things, was going to align with period 9, in which aliens and space travel will also be a large part of this narrative. And all of this to say, drop out of the fear, drop out of the intensity that this world wants us to fry our nervous systems on. get back into calm, loving kindness, collaboration, working with others, inclusivity. Yeah. So let's take a pause. Let me check, see if anybody's saying anything. Hello. Hey, Kristen. Oh, I'm so glad you're here. Thank you. So again, if you have questions, feel free to pop those in. And thank you for subscribing. I so appreciate that. So this is how this layers up. This is crazy. All right, so the message of period 9 mirrors the message of Pluto in Aquarius. These aligning together is no mistake in the grand scheme of universal intentions for our experience here on Earth, which is a school. We're all here learning. And so add to this that both of these powerful shifts are happening in the year of the dragon. Now, what is so crazy about dragon? It immediately makes us think this is the only animal of the 12 Chinese animals that is not of this earth. That is not of this earth. It is magical. And that the United States has been going through its Pluto return. And finally, that this is an election year. OMG. Like, really and truly, what could possibly go right or wrong with this election? And I have more to say that in a moment. So the plot twist that we didn't see coming is this. In relation to the next presidential election here in the United States, is that Pluto retrogrades back into Capricorn in September for a few months before going into Aquarius through the exact period 9. Let me make sure not to throw this candle all over the floor. And that by the time this Pluto event happens, we're going to be in autumn. And this autumn, October, is the month of the dog, which is the enemy of the dragon. The election happens on the last day of the month of October. Yeah. I can expect to see a great deal of upset, revolt, rising up, and absolute chaos. This is the month to be the most careful, mindful, and again, take a step back. Read the room, right? Read the room and recognize your place in it. And always, always come back to love and kindness, ease, peace, and love in your life. The more that we cultivate these higher qualities in ourselves, it radiates into our relationships, our work, and the world. It's how we can change this world into what the age of Aquarius is all about. And so election day looks to be precarious. Doesn't feel stable, safe, or reliable. And so we must be vigilant against corruption. 2024 is about leaders. And you want to talk about a dictator, Putin's got 2 dragons in his chart. Then you've got Trump, Biden, Kamala Harris, and Marianne Williamson, just to mention a few of these people who have dragons in their charts. And all of them are going head to head with the year of the dragon. So all these people saying it's a Trump-Biden thing again, they need to recognize there's an independent named Kennedy also running. Nikki Haley is still in the race. Marianne Williamson's still in the race. And we need to remember that in the year of the dragon, I have been saying it is the year of the disruptor. But who is disrupting and leading us in a way that is innovative and transformative and is looking to the future, not to self-serving? Just leave you with that. There's a video specific to the charts of the presidential candidates, and I'll be doing more about that in the summer as we get closer and the story, the narrative is a little clearer for me to see. So it's a year of looking at how we lead. How do you lead your life? How do you lead your family? How do you lead in your job, in your community? And again, coming back to that idea of collaboration and community. So let me pause here, see if anybody has any questions. No, we're doing well. Okay. So I have, again, lots of blogs on the Karma Chameleon website, and I've posted a ton of videos about the year of 2024. And so we are now going to move into cleansing the cures, which you don't exactly see, which is probably a good thing because I'm a bit of a neat freak, anyone will tell you. And right now my dining room table is in no way neat and tidy. So these are the things I have. Last night, I took all of my crystals, which I'm not going to cleanse those. They go through the same process, but for the sake of time, we're just going to focus on the 9 flying stars, the cures, and where they go in each of the locations. So I'm going to walk you through the whole Bagua, and then we'll end for our day. So thank you. And as we go along, if you have questions, just let me know. All righty. Woo. And just as I said that, the incense sparked. Beautiful. So I put my cures out under the full moon, and you could do that last night. You can do that tonight, which is the day of the full moon. You can do it tomorrow night too. And so what we've got is I use sea salt, and this time I am using a Palo Santo with Kampa incense, and then I have some jugs of water to pour over these items using my canning pot today. And so sea salt, incense, water, towels laid out. You always want to work with a clean surface. And another big reminder, do not put these things right out. Give them time to pause, just like yourself. And when you set these in their new location for 2024, always remember to give them the intention behind their purpose. I am placing this to support wealth. I am placing this for protection of my wealth. I am placing this to cultivate love, okay? All of these things. And throughout the year, to when you're cleaning the house and dusting these things off, remind them of their purpose. Okay. So the first day of the first month of the new year is always February 4th. And the new moon on the 10th is when we have our big party and celebrate. So you want to have all your cures, your house, everything in place. And there is both a blog and a video about how to prepare your home for the new year. Last weekend, I did a big clean of the house, and it just feels so good. I moved rugs, I've moved paintings, changed bed linen colors, changed the color of towels and dish towels, all of it. And it gives the whole house this feeling of freshness. All right. So with that being said, we are going into the flying stars for 2024. So happy. Checking here. Thank you so much. And so the first thing we always want to talk about are the 3 afflictions. So the 3 afflictions we have each year affect health, wealth, what's the last one? And relationships. Oh, sorry. Health, wealth, and your career. Forget relationships. No. So those are the 3 afflictions. And this year, the Grand Duke sits in the southeast, which is home of the dragon. That is the degree on the compass of 105 to 135 degrees. All of these afflicted areas should never experience violent video games, loud televisions, construction, banging, digging deep holes outside. Always remember to extend your bhagwa into the yard. So we don't want to face southeast. That's like facing somebody, like facing the Dalai Lama, for instance, going right up to him and stepping on his toes. So we don't face southeast. We want to put our back to the southeast. The Shui Po is in the northwest, which is opposite, right? The Shui Po is always opposite of the Grand Duke. That's northwest. And again, we don't want to disturb these areas. You want to check to see where your chairs, the direction you're facing when you're eating, when you're sitting watching TV, when you're at your desk, and the direction your head points to when you sleep. All of those should not be facing southeast. One of the worst directions, unfortunately, this year is the south. It's very afflicted. And that is where the three killings is. And that's 135 to 225 degrees on the compass. All right, so now that we have covered the three afflictions, we're going to go around the 9 stars, and that will be our live today. So again, thank you for being here. All right, so the 1 star of wealth is in the east. The east influences everyone born on the day, or especially the day or the year of the rabbit. The rabbit, remember, last year was horribly afflicted with the year of the rabbit, and that was the east. And this year, yay, the 1 star comes in, and in period 9, the 1 star is now our future wealth star. And so I have created a vision board, which you can see here, of everything that I want to manifest in 2024. This is something I'm going to prominently display in the southeast corner or in the east corner of my home. So best colors are supporting the 1 star with metal, with white, blue, and black. The cures we want to use can be a singing bowl and a single gold ingot, which is really cool. The ingot looks like a little ship bringing wealth in. And I always put this on something blue because the 1 star is a water star. So place the single gold ingot on something blue. All right, so, and we are washing all of these things, but the first thing I'm going to wash before anything is my big guy. We have gone through so many homes together. Look how big he is. Love him. I give him kisses every time I clean him, and then he's got his gold coin. So I am placing him in this big bowl that you can't see and shaking sea salt, which is how we are purifying these things. A little shake on this coin. So we're recharging everything, passing it over the water and then into the to be purified with water. Om Trayambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivaranam Arukamiva Vandanam Rityur Motia Mamritat. Om. Moving on to our gold ingot. Om Trayambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivaranam Varukamiva Vandanam Rityur Mokshya Mamritat. Om Triambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivaranam Urvarukamiva Vandanam Rityur Mokshya Mamritat. Going on to the 2-star. And the 2-star is actually going through one of its biggest changes. Yes, thank you. Thank you for that reminder. The toad always goes at the front door, and it's faced into the house as if it is walking the wealth and prosperity into your home. Thank you for that question. It's sometimes hard to remember all of this information that's in my head. So reminder not to face the southeast. This is where the 2-star is, and the 2-star is no longer the sickness star. It is going through its own transformation, and it's one of the biggest changes in the flying stars system as we move from period 8 to period 9. But we don't want to feed it with fire. That would be dangerous. We want to just hold it in the space of earth. And we don't want to give it anything to do. That would be metal. So we're just going to focus on earth. And I know it sounds strange because this is a wood direction, but it's not like the whole room gets decorated in yellow and brown and tan, right? Instead, always think of your cures as acupuncture needles. And that's exactly what these cures do. It's just that one yellow cushion on the couch, right, serves as that needle that is energizing a specific chi in that room for a specific intended result. Yes. All right. So for the 2-star, we have for the Grand Duke, we always put out a Shui plaque, okay? And our PL beasties, they face into the direction of the southeast. Also, if this is an office, use 3 brass immortals at your back, like on a shelf behind you. Lining all these up to bless all at once. If this is a bedroom, use a Wulu health gourd. This one is metal, which I think is like the best element for the 2-star. And finally, to honor the dragon, a big gold dragon. So we're going to do our blessing with salt. I have a feeling this is going to be everywhere. Here we go. Om Triambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivaranam Urvarukamiva Vandanam Rityur Mokshya Mamritat. Om Triambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivaranam Urvarukamiva Vandanam Rityur Mokshya Mamritat. Om Triambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivaranam Urvarukamiva. All right, so you might be wondering what I'm chanting, because these things come automatic to me after all this time. So I am chanting a prayer of world peace, healing, and protection that is an ancient, thousands of years old yogic chant. And for you, you might have your own prayer. You might have an affirmation. You might have your own song that you want to sing. Some kind of a spiritual song that feels really good for you to be invoking that energy into these very sacred items. All right. We're coming around to to star number 3. And the 3-star is a wood star. It is cranky. It is a cranky, nasty star, and it's worse now in period 9. It is flying into the center of every home and business, which means you've got cranky pants radiating out through the whole house, the whole office, the whole store, the whole business. But the thing is that because the center is earth, the 3-star as wood, they're in opposition of each other. And because the 3-star is weak, it doesn't really have as much power. And so what we want to do is further weaken it by using the color. The mitigating between earth and wood is fire. So we're not talking like bring in, bunches of candles here, but the color red is what we're mostly looking at. Now, for me, I'm able to place things. I have a table in the center of my house, and I always do the red happy Hodi. It's a way of saying I'm weakening the 3-star with this color red, and then I'm blessing it with the Hoti. That's saying we're going to overcome these obstacles and still be able to be abundant and prosper. And then we're going to add for this year 7 red lissé or red envelopes. And what we want to do is place these on top of each other. Now, if you don't have a table in the center, what I would do is take the 7 lissé envelopes, tape them behind a red framed prayer or poem that offers protection. Okay. Maybe a favorite poem about harmony and people getting along. Maybe it is a favorite prayer. Okay. So I'm obviously not going to be pouring water over these envelopes. We're just going to set those aside. All right. So we're going to do our happy Hodi for the 3-star. Om Triambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivaranam Urvarukamiva Vandanam Rityur Mokshiya Mamritat. All right. After 3 comes 4. I'm running out of space. All righty. So, yes, I just want to make sure I got all of that. Yep. All righty. Going on to number 4. Now, the 4-star in period 9 has also changed a lot. The 4-star used to be where we had our love altar for many years. And now putting a love altar where the 4-star is would bring in adultery and could ruin a relationship. And so the 4-star is now a negative influence. It is something that can cause, just like the 3-star, measure of disharmony. And the 4-star is in the northwest, which is the Shui Po, one of the afflicted directions, because again, the northwest sits opposite to the dragon. That's the placement of the dog. The dog is the enemy of the dragon. And that being said, if you have the dragon or dog in your day or year, you definitely want to keep a rooster talisman with you for protection through the year. All right, so the 4-star, we have some special cures for this one. And because the 4-star is wood and the northwest is metal, we want to mitigate with water. Now, water is also tricky because water is going to feed and nourish the 4-star. But I still don't think it's going to come out of this embattled place in a way that's going to have much of influence. So let's see, here it is. If your house faces northwest, that is okay as long as you're not banging the door. And I would still put a Bagua mirror up that is the kind that deflects, that is radiating back the energy coming at the house for protection. You can also use food dogs on your front step. I actually unpacked some of these little guys. Always remember, food dogs, the raised foot should always be on the inside. Yeah. Okay. Perfect. I am not using food dogs this year. All right. So one of the big cures for this year, with the coin facing, with the Chinese letters facing up, we're going to sit a rose quartz crystal on top. We want to tuck this someplace in the northwest that feels like maybe tucked behind a plant would be a good idea. These cures and crystals don't have to be out on display. And in fact, in Asian countries, they often don't want to show off their feng shui cures because it's kind of like makes people wonder if you've got bad feng shui that you're trying to mitigate. Obviously, you don't want any family photos anywhere in any of the flying star places where there is negative energy. 4 stalks of lucky bamboo. I have mine over here. These, I don't do any, obviously, I'm not going to put salt on my plants, so that should be fine. So we're going to do a little cure here of these guys, the rose quartz crystal and the coin for the 4-star. Om Triambakam Nijamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukamiva Vandanam Rityo Mokshya Mamrita. Number 5, oh Lord, you know it, the 5-star is the worst of all the stars. So the 5-star, I've often said, is like a hand grenade with a loose pin. And if anything could go wrong, it will go wrong. The west is where the 5-star sits. If there is a bedroom, an office, a major room, or a front door, do not use it. If at all possible, vacate and use a different door, use a different bedroom. We do not want any fire here. It's the west anyway. The west doesn't want fire. The 5-star is just as bad now as it was before. And the 5-star in the west is impacting people born on the day or the year of the rooster. So this is not an exalted place for rooster people this year. If this is a kitchen, make sure you cover the burners with metal pans so that the fire element is not obvious, even when it's not on. Obviously, you're only going to have it covered when it's not on, because when you're cooking, the flame is on. So again, remove all family photos. And if this is a front door, use metal food dogs and the Bagua mirror. If this is a bedroom and you cannot change the bedroom, use a saltwater cure under the bed and a Wulu health guard. Outside, hang a 6-rod metal wind chime. And chiming clocks are another great way to work with the 5-star. All right. So then, I also have this little guy. This is like another feng shui cure for the 5-star. And one of the things that's nice is anything that has the bell, the chimes, okay? So I'm going to do a little clearing of this one. Salt, incense, and water. Om Shairambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukamiva Vandanam Rityo Mokshya Mamrita. Number 6. Wow. The 6-star is still one of success in period 9. And this is sitting in the northeast, which affects people born on the day or year of the ox or tiger. Period 9 weakens the 6 star a little bit, but being in the northeast, which is an earth direction, gives it nourishment and fuels it. So that is a really good thing. If you ask me, the northeast is one of the best directions of the year. And if you have an office in that direction, good on you. I have 6 gold ingots. These are little teeny weeny ones. They're so cute. And then I also have 6 coins. And so if you have in the northeast a window or a door that you can hang the coins from, that's awesome. And, you know, I always like putting the cures with a plant or in this instance, I'm going to put these 6 gold ingots with a crystal to really motivate that energy of success. All right, so let's clear these. Om Triambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukamiva Vandhanam Rityur Mokshya Mamrita. Nice. All righty. Okay. So now number 7 is in the south. I was saying that earlier. This is one of the most afflicted directions of the year. So this is called the robbery star. It is the area that invokes all kinds of backstabbing, bankruptcy, surgery, being injured with sharp knives, and being in the south. The 7 star being metal and the south being fire. This is like gunfire. This is explosive. And really this kind of looks very dangerous. And then add to that the 3 killings. This is really an area to keep very quiet and still. I'm already trying to imagine what I can do with the washer and dryer, maybe put a chime on it or something to kind of break that up. All right, so for the 7 star, we are going to use the cure that I used last year. Now, right now, I've got the incense, but you can see this is rice in a bowl. I used a black bowl, black being kind of a metal color. And I sprayed the rice with Windex so that no mice or any kind of creatures come in and eat it. This is a bloodstone and the Chinese coin. So the bowl of of rice with the coin with the letters facing up, and then the bloodstone on top. Okay. Let's see, what else can you use for that? Oh, this was another cure that I just got in. This is a Jin Yi Lang protector amulet. I just got this in. And if you're curious, I use the Feng Shui Mall and also the World of Feng Shui Lillian Tu's store, though her things are really expensive, but they're also really high quality. But the Feng Shui Mall, I love. They're out of England, and their products are very high quality. And there's always Amazon if you have to. All right, so let's do these. Where's my salt? There it is. Salt. Om Triambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukamiva Vandhanam Rityur Mokshya Mamrita. Number 8 was the wealth star. It's taken a little step back now in period 9, but still carries a lot of power and potency for wealth. And it is in the north, which is the direction where the rat, people born on the day or year of the rat, are honored. And so the north is your career. But 8 star is earth, the north is water, and there is no mitigating this. So because to mitigate would be to add metal, and metal will only drain the 8-star, which has just taken a step back. So it's almost like taking a step back and then someone pulls your chair out. So the best thing to do is, again, just like with the 2-star, it's really nice to just add a little yellow, a little brown, something that is going to highlight and feed the 8-star. All right, so I have used a wealth cabbage. Really cool. The other thing that I always use are 8 silk flowers. Are they not fabulous? And yes, we're gonna douse these too. All right, so I'm gonna start with the flowers. Om Triambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivaranam Urvarukamiva Vandanam Rishyo Mokshya Mamrita. Woo, isn't that fun? Okay. The wealth cabbage. And I'm going to add to that the 8 coins that I'm going to hang from my front door. You can also hang if this is your front door, back door, or a window. Okay. Om Triambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivaranam Urvarukamiva Vandanam Rityur Mokshya Mamritat. Nice. All righty. Oh, I also wanted to mention the 8-star is our new place for a love altar, in case you were wondering. And so I always love to put a favorite picture or pictures of me and my love, a pair of birds like this. To see if I've put anything in here. Nope, not in that one. Not in that one. Some of these open up. Sometimes I've put little treasures in. And 2 heart crystals you can hang from the door. You can also do 2 red candles, always keeping things in pairs. So I'm going to put my love altar at the front door, bringing in love into my life. We all need love. Om Triambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivaranam Urvarukamiva Vandanam Rityur Mokshya Mamritat. Awesome. This paper is getting very wet. I'm sure you can imagine. And then the last one. My gracious. Look at that. Oh my gracious. Almost exactly 1 hour. I had no idea how long this was going to take. The 9-star is our new wealth star. And I have to say, being someone that has a ton of fire in my chart, and my favorite color is purple. Just saying, the 9 stars here, and its favorite color is purple. So it is the people that are born the day or the year of the sheep or monkey are really exalted in period 9 with the 9-star, and it's in the southwest. Another awesome direction. I really summed it up. I would say the southwest, northeast, and east are the 3 best directions this year. So for this, the 9-star, ta-da, 9 silk flowers. And I actually have one of my favorite vases. It's all very purple and sparkly. That I'm going to also be using. And I'm going to mention this. This is a Bao Yu Shui Master Cure for the Year of the Dragon. I'm just going to show this to you. I'm going to clear it later. And this I got from the Feng Shui Mall. Okay. And it's specific for the year of the dragon. It can only be used once. It was about, I think, $25. So not a bad investment for bringing in good fortune in this year. Om Triambakam Yajamnahe Sugandhim Pushtivaranam Varukamiva Vandhanam Vichyo Mokshya Mamrita. I also wanted to mention at your desk, always at your desk, have a brass dragon that is up on the left shelf, facing away from you, giving you power, authority, longevity in your job. If you're having a meeting or an interview, keep it in your left hand or up high in view. Keep it in your purse on the left-hand side of the table where you're sitting at the interview. Or if you're having a meeting and you need to have more influence and power, always keep it on your left, typically higher than where you're sitting. Okay. The other item I wanted to mention is the silver elephant. Elephants are known for communication. And if you have an afflicted office or an area like maybe your office is in the center, maybe it's in the northwest, or another afflicted area for this year, and it's a place where a lot of communication and meetings happen, use this on that table or desk to open up your communication. Okay. All right. The other one I wanted to mention, this one is so pretty. It's like a pot of gold. Citrine is a crystal known for new business and for promoting business and promoting wealth. And just the shape of it, right? Filled with coins. So I always have this in my office. Okay. And I think that pretty much brings us to our end. Oh my gracious. Thank you so much for being on the live today. I so appreciate your presence. Spread the word to friends and colleagues who are interested in all things Feng Shui and astrology. Even if you're only interested in Western astrology, coming over to Eastern astrology can give you a whole nother perspective on what's going on in the world. So I will be posting soon, actually next week, the flying stars for our first month of the new year. And until then, as you know, I love to say, be well and blessings to us all. Gung Hai Fat Choi for a fabulous, fabulous 2024 year of the Jade Dragon. Blessings, friends. Thank you so much. Yes, there are lots of details on the website, and you know where to reach me. Always feel free to email if you have questions or contact me through the channel. Thank you so much. Again, so appreciate you and wishing you all abundance and good fortune in the year ahead. Thank you. Be well.